Charles Leclerc has taken the SF-25 out for a shakedown session consisting of 100 kilometers in Fiorano, and his first impressions seem to be quite positive. When it comes to the car's behavior, it looks like the entire concept change is something that Ferrari has nailed to perfection. And now, with Lewis Hamilton set to get behind the wheel and give his own verdict, the big question is, could we see a dominant season from Ferrari? More importantly, why should Ferrari be optimistic about all the changes they've made to the SF-25? At 9:26 a.m. local time, the SF-25 hit the track for the first time, giving Leclerc the opportunity to see how this 99% new machine performs under his command. In the afternoon session, it will be Hamilton's turn to take the car for a 200-kilometer test run, marking the beginning of his Ferrari journey on the track. The fact that both drivers are getting equal testing time right from the start is a major statement from Ferrari. It shows that the team is not prioritizing one driver over the other, and that they are fully invested in developing a car that suits both of them equally. With two incredibly competitive drivers behind the wheel, the engineers will receive valuable feedback that could shape the development path of the SF-25 throughout the season. Leclerc's initial impressions after roughly 16 minutes of on-track action and 2 formation laps, followed by 10 laps of proper running, were crucial in understanding the car's behavior. By 10 a.m., Leclerc brought the SF-25 into the pits, and for the first pause in testing, he shared his first reactions to the new machine. Obviously, everything we've heard so far regarding the SF-25 is positive, both from Leclerc and Hamilton, even though this is the first real-time action with a brand new car on the grid. Ferrari fans will be pleased to know that the early signs are already better than expected. Given the complexity of a completely redesigned car, a smooth shakedown is exactly what the team needed to build confidence. Hamilton's debut in Ferrari Red came sooner than expected. Initially, reports suggested that the 7-time world champion would test the SF-25 later in February, but Ferrari decided to get him in the car immediately. There's no doubt that Ferrari is aiming to challenge for both championships this season, and Hamilton is wasting no time integrating himself into the team. His adaptation process has been remarkably smooth, with Ferrari already singing his praises for the way he has embraced the challenge and contributed to early development work. During the SF-75 launch event in London, Hamilton expressed his admiration for the passion and dedication of the team. "My first few weeks have been absolutely incredible, and I've seen firsthand the passion and dedication of the entire team. So, the unveiling today of my first ever Scuderia Ferrari F1 car is really exciting. So much hard work has gone into preparing for the season ahead, and we couldn't be hungrier or more determined to succeed. I came into this year with so much anticipation for this new chapter, and I'm even more energized now by the spirit and belief of everyone I've met over the past month. I couldn't be prouder to be on this journey with them. I can't wait to get out on track with Charles, push each other forward, and do everything we can to take this team to the top." This statement alone speaks volumes about Ferrari's ambitions. While many believed that Ferrari would shift focus to the 2026 regulations sooner rather than later, the team remains adamant that there is still plenty of performance to be extracted from the current era of regulations. Ferrari has had many opportunities to fight for a championship since 2007, but this might be their most serious shot yet. With an elite driver lineup, a bold new car concept, and renewed leadership under Fred Vasseur, all the pieces seem to be falling into place. Chassis technical director Enrico Cardile explained the rationale behind Ferrari's aggressive redesign, stating, "The SF-25 is an evolution of last year's car, which had already shown good potential. We have worked hard, changing 99% of the car and evolving its architecture to maximize performance." The front pull rod suspension is just the most visible of many significant changes we have made. The upcoming season will be extremely competitive, where every millisecond will count. We are therefore ready to do our best to find those gains, even marginal ones, that can make the difference. We can't wait to hit the track. The introduction of the pull rod suspension is a major talking point. Ferrari has borrowed key design cues from Red Bull and McLaren, believing that the revised suspension layout and new chassis will unlock significant performance in 2025. The bodywork of the SF-25 also tells an interesting story. Compared to its predecessor, the side pod inlets are now more squared, though they remain P-shaped with an elongated form. Additionally, the rear opening has been visibly reduced, suggesting Ferrari has optimized cooling efficiency without compromising aerodynamics. Another big change is the new rear wing, which now features a central V-shape. While 99% of the SF-25 is different from its predecessor, the real challenge lies in translating those changes into race-winning performance. Ferrari's primary goal for the SF-25 is to completely rebuild the fundamental handling characteristics of the car. Last season, the SF-23 struggled with tire degradation and inconsistent performance in qualifying. Ferrari believes that the SF-25 will address those weaknesses, allowing Leclerc and Hamilton to extract the most out of the package in all conditions. Loic Serra, Ferrari's new performance director, has been working behind the scenes for months, despite only officially joining 4 months ago. His impact on the SF-25 is yet to be fully realized, as his real influence will likely be seen in 2026. That said, his input has already been invaluable, and Ferrari's technical team is confident that his expertise has helped guide the early development process. One key advantage Ferrari has this season is that both Hamilton and Leclerc have similar driving preferences. Both drivers favor a sharp front end, allowing them to attack corners aggressively. This means Ferrari's development path will be more streamlined, unlike teams where drivers require vastly different setups. The only challenge will come when team orders become necessary. Managing 2 elite drivers is never easy, but Ferrari's focus remains on building the most competitive car possible. And judging by the early reports, they may have finally done just that. According to simulator data, Ferrari is estimated to have made at least a half-second gain over last year's car. That puts them in the same range as McLaren's improvements, suggesting that 2025 could see a serious battle at the front. However, whether this will be enough to challenge for the title remains to be seen. We've seen Max Verstappen win championships in cars that weren't the outright fastest, so Ferrari will need to optimize every aspect of their performance to avoid losing points unnecessarily. McLaren also remains a major threat, having introduced an aggressive new chassis and front suspension concept. With both teams making significant strides, 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most competitive seasons in years. So, what do you think? Has Ferrari finally made a step in the right direction with the SF-25? And more importantly, do you believe they can win both championships? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in Russell's bombshell comments about Verstappen, check out the video appearing on your screen right now.